been since January, since the president has held a press conference here at the White House. Is this administration at all concerned that the scarcity of press conferences by this president has in any way led to some of the misinformation that has been out in the public? And can we please get him in here?
The president took questions. He literally took questions while he was getting a needle in his arm yesterday.
Thank you.
Mr. President. What is your next move now that Brittany Griner lost her appeal, Mr. President?
We're in constant contact with the Russian authorities to get Brittany and others out.
He literally took questions while he was getting a needle in his arm yesterday.
Allegations from Russia as it relates to Ukraine. Do you believe that this is the beginning of a false flag operation?
Let me just say, Russia would be making an incredibly serious mistake if we're to use a tactical nuclear weapon.
He literally took questions while he was getting a needle in his arm yesterday. So he certainly takes questions from all of you, and he does it often.
We've seen it time and time and time again. President Biden reading from prepared marks, then turning his back on reporters and just walking away.
He certainly takes questions from all of you. He does it often.
Thank you very much.
The president is happy to take questions. He does it pretty regularly. The president is happy to take questions. He does it pretty regularly.
Appreciate the frustration of the American people. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Run.
But again, this is a president who has not shied away from taking questions from all of you.
What do you make, first of all, of President Biden? He's developed a bit of a habit of turning his back on reporters and just walking away at the end of prepared remarks.
And so I think he'll continue to do that almost every day. He'll continue to make sure that, I'm sure on his own, will continue to take your questions.
Do you think this illustrates he and his handlers don't maybe have the confidence to have him answer questions on his own?
This is a president who has not shied away from taking questions from all of you.
To be checked. Thank you all very much.
Run. The bully pulpit has been muted under President Biden. He just doesn't want to tangle much with the press.
Kareen Jean-Pierre claims that President Biden has been to the southern border. I can't do it with a straight face. Listen to this.
So look, he's been there. He's been to the border, and since he took office.
When did he go to the border?
Since he took office.
Unfortunately, our president has never visited our southern border. Never been there. Not even once.
He's been to the border, and since he took office.
Why go to a border state and not visit the border? Because there's a more important thing going on. They're going to invest billions of dollars in a new enterprise.
Are you thinking of going to the border?
At some point I will, yes.
Joe Biden's never going to go to the border, not ever, because he knows if he goes, the national press will follow him. And then you will report to the nation what you're seeing. And he won't be able to hide any longer from the death and destruction that his dereliction of duty has brought to this nation.
Has President Biden ever been to the southern border?
In his life?
Yes.
I will have to look back in my history books and check the times he's been to the southern border.
We have been looking all morning, and we cannot find any record of him visiting the border as president, vice president, senator, or even as a concerned citizen.
He's been there. He's been to the border, and since he took office.
When did he go to the border?
Since he took office, the President Biden has been taking action to fix our immigration system and secure our border.
We know that Joe Biden hasn't been to the border. Why the bold-faced lie?
Kareen Jean-Pierre is just so bad at her job. It's like she's trying to be bad at it. She really does tell these kind of bald-faced lies repeatedly to a press corps that has to sort of chuckle over the fact that they know that they're being lied to.
Is it your intention to always tell the truth from that podium, and will you pledge never to knowingly say something that is not factual?
It is. It's an honor to do this, and yes, I believe that we have to be honest with the American people.
Do you know something that the rest of us don't know about there being nothing there in the Russia investigation from either the Senate, the House, or the FBI investigations?
I know that person after person, including your own Joe Scarborough, has said that there's no evidence of collusion here. Everyone has looked into this, and everybody comes to the same conclusion.
Yes,
that
there's something there.
Actually,
you're
actually not telling the truth right now.
Mike Barnacle,
Wow,
you're next, but the conclusion they've come to is that there's something there. You've got Richard Burr, who's running the Senate Intel Committee, talking about how deeply troubled he is, how this investigation needs to go forward. The Senate investigation, Mike, in fact, is just starting to take off right now.
Yeah,
and every bit of it, and I hope that the Senate completes it so that they can come to the same conclusion that everyone else has, and that every person has said, whether it's been Clapper or others, that there is no evidence of collusion between the Trump campaign
The
and the Russians.
investigation, though, has just started, Sarah. That's like a prosecutor starting a criminal case saying, well, no, we don't have any evidence yet, but that's why we have an investigation.
No collusion. GOP House Intel members concluding their investigation, finding no coordination between the Trump campaign and Moscow. Republicans will now send their report to Democrats before releasing the findings.
Everyone has looked into this, and everybody comes to the same conclusion.
Yes,
that
there's something there.
Actually, you're actually not telling the truth right now.
Senator Richard Byrd today announcing that there is nothing of any significance following a 19-month investigation into alleged Russian collusion.
And everybody comes to the same conclusion.
Yes,
that
there's something there.
Actually, you're actually not telling the truth right now.
The conclusion they've come to is that there's something there. You've got Richard Burr, who's running the Senate Intel Committee.
I can say, as it relates to the Senate Intelligence Committee investigation, that we have no hard evidence of collusion.
You've got Richard Burr, who's running the Senate Intel Committee.
That we have no hard evidence of collusion.
Will you pledge never to lie to us from that podium?
I will never lie to you. You have my word on that.
White House Press Secretary Kareen Jean-Pierre claims President Biden's doing more to secure the southern border than the Trump administration did when Mr. Trump was president.
We had to fix something that was broken, especially by the last administration, the Trump administration, which largely just tried to build a wall, an ineffective wall, along the border and couldn't even finish that in 4 years. We're certainly doing a lot more to secure the border and could be doing even more if Republicans would stop their obstruction.
They can blame other people all day long, but this is solely 100% the Biden administration's fault. It's no longer dangerous, it's deadly. People are dying, pets are dying, people's lives are turned upside down. They don't care.
Mr. President, why go to a border state and not visit the border? There's more important things going on. We're going to invest billions of dollars in the new enterprise.
In a tweet, the National Border Patrol Union writes, quote, visiting an ice cream shop, very important. Visiting our border where illegal migration, deaths, escapes, and fentanyl smuggling set new records nonstop with thousands dying as a result, not important.
Well, he created the problem. I mean, think about it. It was within minutes of him taking the oath of office that he pulled back all of President Trump's border policies that were keeping Arizonans and the rest of this country safe.
We had to fix something that was broken.
Pulled back every single plan that President Trump put in place. He stopped the construction of the border wall, and he basically, with a wink and a nod, told the world, come on open, or come on over, we're open for business.
Right.
And he created the problem.
President Biden doesn't care. Obviously, what he said yesterday are more important things to do. Are there more important things to do, Mr. President, than trying to protect at least 200 Americans that die every single day from fentanyl overdose? The hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants that are crossing our border, the over 1.2 million illegal immigrants, we don't even know who they are. Your job is to protect America, and you are failing miserably at it.
We had to fix something that was broken, especially by the last administration.